Hello and welcome to this month's Tasty Tips. In each Tasty Tips video, I share evidence-based information or delicious recipes to help you make informed decisions, eat balanced, and feel your best. My name is Rachel, and I am a registered dietitian and certified diabetes educator at the Northampton Community Health Center Diabetes Education Program. For today's video, I'm going to be talking all about herbs. Before starting, I just wanted to give a shout out to my colleague Rebecca, who had this amazing topic idea. In this video, I plan to briefly touch on the health benefits of herbs, how to use herbs in your cooking, and then also how to store herbs. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first off, the health benefits of herbs, or how using herbs in your cooking can benefit you. Herbs themselves are full of vitamins and minerals that are important for our overall health. Additionally, herbs are chock full of flavor. This is great because in today's food supply, we tend to overuse flavorings like salt and sugar, and that obviously isn't so great for our overall health, especially if we have concerns with our blood sugar or blood pressure. I want to emphasize that sugar and salt aren't inherently bad for us, that they do offer things for our body, but we don't want to consume them in excess. So to sum it all up, adding herbs is a great way of adding flavor and increasing the health benefits or nutrition quality of our meals, and can benefit you in the long run and your overall health. Okay, now on to some tips for using herbs. So using herbs definitely depends on whether you're using fresh or dried options. The reason for this is because dried options are much stronger because the water is removed, so the herb itself is condensed and is smaller. There is a conversion if you're looking at a recipe and the recipe calls for fresh, but you will only have dried on hand. Typically, for every 1 tablespoon of fresh that a recipe calls for, you use 1 teaspoon of the dried alternative. Now, certain recipes you can't use fresh if it calls for dried, or vice versa. Most recipes you can. I would say try it and see how you like it. Also, you can double check on the recipe if it recommends any specific substitutions if you don't have an ingredient. Now, when using fresh herbs, a tip is to chop them finely. The more surfaces you expose, the more flavor you get from those herbs. Additionally, if you're cooking with fresh herbs, try to add them near the end of the cooking process because fresh herbs with high heat can actually lessen the flavor that you get from the herbs. The opposite is actually true for dried herbs. Dried herbs, you want to add them, especially in sauces and dressings, you want to add them at the beginning so they can soften and release their flavor into whatever you're making. One tip I learned by reading the Unlock Food on All About Herbs, I'll put the link for that website in the comment section below. It's a great resource for nutrition and food information. But one tip I learned from reading that is with dried herbs, when you rub them between your fingers, that actually releases more flavor from them. Now, I wanted to share with you all a really quick and simple recipe for an herbed vinaigrette. This recipe is really great if you have a lot of fresh herbs that you want to use up before they go bad. The base of this dressing just has 3 ingredients. Today I also added 3 optional ingredients. The first thing you want to do is chop the herbs. You can do that on a cutting board and knife or in a food processor or blender. Then just mix together with the remaining ingredients. For the dressing I made today, I used a mixture of basil and garlic chives, but really you can use any of your favorite herbs or what you have on hand. It is also a very versatile recipe. It can be used as a salad dressing, a marinade, or even a sauce. For example, you could use it as a sauce to flavor your fish, using dill as the main herb, and then top the fish, wrap it in tin foil, and cook either in the barbecue or oven. Today I just used it as a salad dressing for a simple chopped salad. Herbs are used differently among many different cultural cuisines. For everyone watching this video, please comment and share your favorite recipe using herbs. For those of you who may not think this herb vinaigrette appeals to you, look in the comments to see if there's another herb-based recipe that does. Another great tip when using fresh herbs is to wash and dry them in your salad spinner. If you're picking fresh herbs directly from your garden, just use the colander from the salad spinner. Finally, I plan on talking about how to store herbs. There are 3 main ways to enhance the longevity of your herbs, or store your herbs longer. Number 1 is to keep your herbs in the fridge. That's pretty obvious, but something that's not so obvious is actually to put them in a glass of water. If you purchase them from the store, you might even want to cut off the end a little bit. If the end has dried up, that will help the herbs last longer in your fridge. The other main storage options are to dry your herbs or to freeze them. When freezing, you can freeze them in both water, oil, or just in a baggie by themselves. I'm not as familiar with drying herbs at home myself, but again, I will leave a link in the comments section of some instructions on how to do that. Thank you for watching. If you have any nutrition related questions specific to you or your family's health, please call to book a free appointment with a registered dietitian. If you have any diabetes related questions or concerns, please call the same number to book an appointment with a registered nurse or a registered dietitian with the Diabetes Education Program. Finally, if you have any requests for future videos, please comment them down below.